So yesterday we discussed about what is PEGA and what is its real-time usage. So PEGA is a software tool developed by PEGA systems using which we can develop applications. So where we can develop applications without the need of coding. No need to write coding. Okay, PEGA is a no coding application development software tool. PEGA is a no coding application development software tool. See, even if you are absent yesterday, you will be able to understand in the revision part, because as a highlight I am giving you all the points. PEGA is a no coding application development software tool using which we can develop applications without writing HTML code. We can develop UI without writing business logic. We can implement business logic without writing queries and joins. We can implement functionalities, interacting with tables, saving the data, fetching the data, updating the data, joining tables and getting the data. All this can be done without writing the queries. Okay, so that's the advantage of PEGA. PEGA's advantage is no coding. No coding. When I say no coding, that is UI, business logic, database. All these three related respective languages of coding languages you don't need to know about. Okay, and PEGA is a full stack application development, no coding. It actually has not only UI, business logic, database, version management, okay, agile workbench, I mean like requirements gathering, and it also has a deployment. All these are integrated as part of PEGA. We will be learning all this, test case writing, everything is there. Okay, and reporting, I mean to say like extraction, transformation, loading, ETL, reporting, everything is part of PEGA. Okay, we'll be learning all of this. Nowhere you need coding. See, PEGA can be mainly used to develop applications which are used within the organization. That is the second point we learned. So PEGA is used to develop applications, but all the applications that we have today are the applications which are intranet applications, means within the organization. Within organization, these applications like HR onboarding application, call center applications, okay, and loan processing applications, insurance applications inside the organization. The employees of organization uses those PEGA applications. That is the main point. Okay, the type of applications only we have in PEGA as of today. Okay, because those are really important for internal business processing. The advantages of using PEGA tool. What are the advantages of using PEGA tool? As a developer point of view, no coding but full stack development. You don't have to know about any technologies prior, and ready-made functional components also available. I told you it is not only no coding but also functional components are ready-made available in the system. I want to implement email integration, sending email notification. I have to write some business logic from the scratch generally, but without from the scratch, PEGA is providing something to drag and drop, no coding. But still that drag and drop is also eliminated. How? Already component is ready-made available. Ready-made components, ready-made functional components are already available in PEGA environment. You just need to know the name of the component and use it. How to use it, if you know, then it will be done in a minute. It takes less span of time in order to develop the applications. Because it is no coding, it is taking less span of time to develop the applications. Everyone clear, online students? These are the points we have discussed yesterday. Every one of you, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I have one question on the advanced point.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so PEGA is mainly developing the
Your
intranet
voice is not
applications,
audible.
right?
Come closer to your mic and speak a little bit loud.
Yeah. So the PEGA is developing only the intranet applications, right, for now?
Correct.
Yeah. Why PEGA is not developing the internet applications where the
See,
user?
using PEGA, you can develop any applications. See, internet applications, please. Internet applications means so many users will be there. Traffic will be more. PEGA is a licensed product. They will charge per user, right? So if you make it as an internet application, what will happen? The cost will increase. It will be a burden to the companies who will be purchasing this product. So they will use for internal processing. Internal processing, how many employees will be there? Pretty less number of employees will be using. So it is cost effective actually. That's why it is not there outside. Okay. Next, we are going to continue now. Whatever we are going to discuss today is continuation of yesterday's session. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about what is BPM, BPM versus PEGA, and architecture of BPM and PEGA. Architecture of BPM and PEGA. See, what is BPM? This is the first question, and its use. See, whatever I told you about PEGA is applicable to BPM also. PEGA is called as BPM tool. PEGA BPM tool. You might have heard about this. PEGA BPM tool. That's how you might have heard when you're reading somewhere. When you started inquiring about this PEGA, you might have read PEGA PRPC, PEGA BPM, simply PEGA. All this you might have read. So what is that BPM we are going to understand now? See, I told you PEGA is for application development. Imagine BPM is also one tool. BPM is tool for what purpose? BPM is a tool for application development. Application development. What type of tool? It is full stack. What is this? Full stack means it is one unified platform which has everything. Means what is there? SDLC lifecycle. SDLC lifecycle. So SDLC lifecycle, I am not going to explain you in detail. Just a high level is that's pretty much fair enough. Look at here now. First step, SDLC means software development lifecycle. Okay, SDLC means software development lifecycle. That's the meaning actually. Okay. See, if you want to develop a software product, in its life cycle there are different phases. I'm just going to give you the name of the phase, like requirements gathering. Requirements gathering. If you want to gather the requirements, we have to use separate tools. Jira tool, Git tool. Tell me any other tools that you are aware of. Requirements gathering. Come again. Agile workbench tool. ALM.
Yeah, ALM, Bitbucket.
Some other tools are there. Some tools are available in market. You are a Java developer, you must be using these tools sometimes. Okay. So next, second one is what? Requirements after analysis, comma, design and development. Design and development. You will be using analysis is here. Analysis is here. And other than that, UI, business logic, DB, all that development related. You will develop everything. Okay. Third one. What is the third one? Unit testing will be done by whom? Developer does it. Developer going to do it. After that, QA testing. QA, I'll write down two at a time. UAT testing. I'll tell you what is this QA and UAT later. Testing. Okay. Otherwise, I'll leave about this. Testing by testers. Testing by testers. Testers means quality analyst. Quality analyst. Okay. Tester will test it. Everything is fine. Next step is deployment. What do you mean by deployment? Installation. In our simple terminology, you know, right? You will install some software product. That is called a deployment. So deployment will be done by whom? Release management team or DevOps team will perform that. There is separate team for it. Next, sixth one, and reporting. Separate tools are available in the market. You have to integrate with the tools and then generate the reports. Extraction, transformation, loading. After business is run for 1 month, business has been executed. Amazon new business, let's say. They wanted to know how many products are successfully delivered in so and so region. They wanted to know. Some products might have been written, right? So what is the percentage of products, orders that are delivered successfully? I want to know to analyze my business in a particular region called Hyderabad. So data is already there in database, no? The data we have to extract, transform into our own purpose format and load it in UI so that I can analyze to understand. 90% transferred successfully, 5% customer has rejected, so customer not available at home, so it got returned. Remaining 5% customer has returned because the damage, so that I can analyze my business. how to rectify all this, how to improve my business and all. For that, you need some sort of tools to generate the reports called as reporting tools. Tell me some reporting tools. Click View. I don't know the spellings correctly. Power BI, Tableau, Click Sense, Power Apps. Oh no. Power Apps. Okay, not completely. Okay, maybe. Okay, Crystal Reports, MSBI, OBI. Okay, like this, there are many tools available. See, if you're working as a Java developer, .NET products and all you're purchasing, you have to purchase these many tools. Testing, you did not tell me tools. Tools, what tools?
Cipher.
Automation testing tool. What is it? Jenkins.
Quality
Cipher.
center. Quality center.
What
QC.
else? Tosca, QC, etc. Separate tools you are buying. What I mean by unified platform? What I mean by unified platform? Unified platform means the platform will have all these facilities. Single platform where you do the things from requirement gathering to complete reporting phase. Everything can be done on the same platform. That is called as unified platform, where you can do everything as part of your application development, complete SDLC life cycle. That is possible on BPM environment if you consider BPM as a tool. Consider BPM as a tool for application development. As a unified platform for full stack development, everything is available on single platform. Okay, PEGA is also having all this. PEGA is also having all these facilities are available. I can show you one by one while we are learning. Now coming to this one, what is BPM? BPM stands for Business Process Management. So BPM tool is used to develop your applications. It manages the way that your business have to be processed by providing a facility to develop and run your application. Where development wise, these are the phases. Yes or no? All the facilities are available on BPM environment. Use it to develop your application. You can manage your business processing, developing all this work together, and you manage your application. This is developer point of view. End user point of view. End user means for Amazon application, we are end users. Means we will use Amazon application to purchase the products. We will start the transaction of purchasing product. We'll take it step by step. We will finish after the payment is done. Products will come to us. Yes or no? So a business application is going to have a transaction model design. Yes or no? So every business application that exists in this world will have a transaction model design. What do you mean by transaction? Transaction means what? This word transaction, generally, what does it mean?
Step-by-step execution.
Work. Transaction means work. The work that you do, that you perform in any business can be called as transaction. You deposit money. Only one step or multiple steps involved? Multiple steps. Okay. Multiple steps are involved. You take the form, fill the form, take the money and hand over to cashier. Cashier will open the application. He will make the entry in the application for your account. He will submit. After submitting, it will go to manager. Manager has to post it. There is something called posting money. So he will post it. The moment manager posts it, it will reflect in your account. So at least two steps involved. You want to take a loan. What are the steps involved in loan processing? Just high level for our knowledge, we know it. What are the steps involved? Loan processing. First, collecting customer details and documents. After that, second step will be reviewing the documents. Reviewing is also completed. Third step will be verification, manual verification to your office, to your home, everything is done. Okay, after that it will go to finance team. Finance team will handle it to disperse the money to the customer. Otherwise, before that we can add one more step, that is make a call to customer and get the customer confirmation to proceed forward or not. After everything is done from the banker end, they will call the customer, say that 4% of interest processing fees we are going to charge. Customer may say yes or no. Let's say customer said yes, it will go forward to the next finance team. Finance team will disperse the amount and close the case. I mean, like transaction they will complete. So multiple steps are involved. So in a BPM environment or a tool you are going to use to develop application, it is a unified platform. It is a unified platform. When you develop your application, you design the transaction model. You design what? Transaction model, where the transaction model you design will have multiple steps involved. Yes or no? Multiple steps means, I told you just now, step 1, step 2, step 3, like that you can design. Using BPM tool, you can develop your application and you design your transaction model to have multiple steps, and the transaction model can be designed like a flow diagram. Like a flow diagram. Do you have flow diagrammatical representation in Java? Do you have any such flow diagram representation? Flow chart representation is, do you find it in Java or C language or .NET, anywhere you find to design transaction model like a flow diagram? You find like this. Let me show you in PEGA so that you can have some idea. Just a simple one I am showing. So flow diagram. Do you have any such diagrammatical representation of transaction model in other technologies? No, but BPM has it. BPM has it. This is simple to understand, simple to design and develop. A developer need not to worry too much to design all these things. Step by step it will go. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Step 1 you submit, it will go to step 2. Step 2 you submit, it will go to step 3, like this. So BPM is used for application development. BPM is a tool used for application development. It provides a facility to design your transaction model like a flow diagram, and this environment is going to provide you full features of application development.
Harsha, can we consider like
SDLC life cycle, that is requirement gathering and application development and reporting, unit testing, what else, deployments, versioning. I forgot to write versioning actually. Version management tool also required, no? Version management tool. Version management tools. Versioning is also included in the same environment. That's how BPM is a full stack application development environment which manages the way that your business have to be processed. By providing all this, it will give you a facility, it will give you an environment to manage your business. Complete development, application development, running the application, including reporting also. Reporting is also part of it. Versioning is also part of it. Everything can be done on same environment. Someone was trying to ask a question online. What was that?
yeah, can we consider sequence diagram?
When you are talking to me, remember, come closer to mic, speak double the tone what you have generally. Then only I can hear.
Yeah, can we consider flow diagram? Like, I mean, sequence diagram as a flow diagram? Like in Java, we do have a sequence diagram. Sequence diagram.
No, I did not understand a question. What are
In
you
Java,
understanding about flow diagram?
Yeah, in Java, we do have a sequence diagram, right?
This is breaking. You able to understand? Can you please type it if possible? Type the question on the charting window, Max. Is it okay you type on the charting window, go to meeting? You are muted from your end. Let me unmute. Okay, please type it. I'll take it. Okay, please type it because your voice is breaking a little bit, not clear. So like this, BPM is a tool which can be used for application development, which provides the facility of all the development phases can be done on the same platform, where you can design your transaction model like a flow chart. Okay, step by step it will be processed. Multi-stepped transaction. Multi-stepped means multiple steps will be involved in your transaction model. You can design it like a flow diagram. That is a simplified development approach. Next, here you go. How BPM is different from other technologies. You're developing applications using other technologies and you're developing applications using BPM. Other technologies, when you are using, you are going to develop UI, you're going to develop business logic, you're going to develop database related stuff. Here also in BPM also you have UI, business logic, database, everything is there. Additionally in BPM you have one more thing called process. Additionally, what do you have? Process. Process word, meaning that, listen to me, process is equal to flow. That is equal to transaction. That is equal to work. Understand, all this terminology is different, meaningfully all are same. You are defining one process. Process means what? How it should be started, how it should be ended, how it should be taken forward step by step. You do it by using flow diagram only, right? and that's how you are designing your transaction model, right? That's how you are performing some work. You are doing some work in your business. Yes or no? So difference between other technologies and BPM, all the three layers what you have: UI, logic, database layer. These three layers are common in BPM and other technologies, but BPM has additionally one component. What is that? Flow diagram. A flow representation for transaction model is available only in BPM, not in any other technology. See, in Java, there is no sequence diagram unless you use some third-party tools and integrate with Java. There is no sequence diagram by default in Java. Java is a technology. How come Java will have a diagram? There will not be anything like that. Okay, just for your information, Max. You might have integrated other tool which has sequence diagram and you are simplifying it, but Java is a technology of coding. It doesn't have any diagrammatical representation at all. Okay. So this is about difference between other technologies and BPM tool. What is the main difference at a high level? Flow diagram will be there. What are you calling flow here? Process. Can you tell me with your knowledge, how are you going to define a process? If I ask you, what is process? Look at here. Look at this statement and tell me, guess and tell me what is process. You can respond on the charting window as well. Online students. What is process?
The steps to follow to perform a particular task.
Transaction. Process means simply transaction or a work, one work. Suppose I deposited money once. I have withdrawn money. How many processes have been running? Two processes have been running. How many works I have done? 2 works I have done. How many works? 2 works I have done. Understand? Clear, everyone? So depositing is one work. Beginning, ending, completed deposit. Withdraw, another work. 2 works I have done. So process is nothing but one unit of work. So that's the statement definition. Look at here. Process is a unit of work that can be completed either by acceptance or rejection. That can be completed either by acceptance or rejection. What do you mean by? So process is a unit of work, you understand, all of you. But what is meant by that can be completed either by acceptance or rejection? What do you mean by that statement? See, you are designing a transaction model using BPM environment. You are developing application and designing a transaction model for your business that you are calling as a process that we are trying to elaboratively discuss about. Process is one unit of work that can be completed either by acceptance or rejection. What do you mean by that statement, acceptance or rejection? I'll tell you. See, imagine there is one process with 2 steps. Step leave request process. What is the process name? The employee will submit one leave request. 2 steps are there. Step 1, access leave request form, enter the leave request details, submit. Completed. Step 1 completed. Able to imagine? I'm not trying to show you because this you can easily imagine. All of you online also. Next step, second step, who will do? Employee or manager? Manager. Second step, this particular transaction will reach out to manager. Manager will open, approve, reject. Manager may either approve or reject. Choice is himself. Suppose situation 1, manager has approved. Manager has approved. Transaction is completed or not? Completed. Situation 2, manager has rejected. What do you say now? I'm asking you a question. Is the transaction completed or not completed? What is your statement?
Rejected.
It is completed only. Second situation also completed, but first situation completed, accepted. Second situation completed, rejected. Positive way or negative way, but both are completed. A transaction can be completed either by acceptance or rejection. You submitted loan, you applied for loan, you got the loan, money you have got, transaction completed. For some reason they have rejected it, still completed only, but completed, rejected, completed, rejected. That's what. So it can be multiple different ways it can be completed. That's the meaning. Understand? Clear, everyone? You are going to design transaction model using BPM when you develop your application, where you design a transaction model to have multiple directions of closing. Close in path 1 or path 2 or path 3. Accepted, closed, rejected, closed. You might have withdrawn, they did not reject. It is not fully completed. you have withdrawn the application saying that 4% of interest rate I am not interested. You have withdrawn the application, means completed, but what happened? Withdrawn. So ending of the transaction can have multiple directions. One of the direction it will close. That's what acceptance or rejection is. Everyone clear? Next, that's how you will design the transaction model while practicing. Now, see, I told you BPM is a tool used to develop applications, right? Okay, we name the tool something, that is BPM suite. BPM tool, if you give a name, we are going to call it as, what is meant by suitcase? Suitcase means, you know the meaning of suit, right? Suit means, suitcase means you are going to
Collection of
the collection of whatever the things that you are going to carry, correct? Same way, BPM suite means all the required facilities related to development. So it is one environment. BPM suite is one environment used for application development and running the application, and a unified platform where you can design, develop your application and run your business transactions. So BPM tool, we are naming it as BPM suite. BPM suite is a software product. See, this is a software product, no? PEGA is a software product used to develop application, right? Same way, BPM suite is a software product which is used for developing application and also execution of the business process. You design transaction model like a flow diagram, execute it. So whatever I told you at screen one, elaboratively one by one I am saying. Okay, I told you about process, transaction model, I told you about process. Now we are talking about the BPM suite and execution of your business process. Your business can be processed using BPM tool called as BPM suite. Okay, but it says something additional here. What is that additional point? It considers doing the processing by built-in rules. It will consider some rules and regulations. The processing will happen based on certain rules and regulations only. The BPM suite will process your business transactions, not simply. While processing, it will take into consideration some rules. As per the rules, the system behavior will change. As per the rules, system behavior will change. I will tell you simple examples. I'll tell you. We are human beings, right? We are going to keep some rules ourselves. We're going to write some rules for ourselves, right? So I want to wake up morning 5 o'clock. Accordingly, I'll set the rule here in my mind. Okay, I wanted to go to office by 10 o'clock. That is one rule is been set. I want to go to lunch at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. I want to go back to home by 6 p.m. every day from office and go to bed by 10 p.m. max. These are all certain rules that you had set yourself in your body. Everything, your behavior depends on these rules only. This will function according to the rules that you are going to say here. Yes or no? So everything in this world is running based on some rules. AC is there. 22. You have mentioned 22. Okay, means its behavior will change to give you some additional extent of cooling than the room temperature. 18. Even an additional extent of cooling. So AC behavior overall is controlled by that number 22, 18, 26, that number, whatever the temperature number you are giving, centigrades or something, based on that AC will be controlled, yes or no? Every system in this world will be controlled by certain rules and regulations. Okay, BPM system when running, its behavior will be controlled by some rules. That rules we call it as business rules. That rules we call it as business rules. Let's say, for example, I am driving on I'm driving on a road. I'm driving by a car on a road. Okay, I'm driving by a car on a road. Once I see the red signal, what will happen? I'll be stopping there before zebra crossing. And once I see the green signal, I'll move forward. Now my behavior is controlled by signal. That signal is a traffic rule. Signal is a traffic rule. We are in a system called traffic system, vehicle traffic system. This entire vehicle traffic system is controlled by traffic rules. Every system in this world will be controlled by rules. So specifically in BPM, we are calling it as rules. So in BPM, what do you have? In BPM, we have BPM suite. What do you have? BPM suite as an entire system, and it has process, or you are also calling it as flow. For what purpose? To design transaction model and process it. Processing will not be done so silly. It will be done by considering some rules. What will be there? Business rules will be there. What does these rules will do? Controls the system, controls the BPM system. BPM system will be controlled by business rules. I am not explaining anything in a technical manner. I am explaining everything in a real-time example. So first understanding is important. Technical we can see later. So far everyone clear? I am trying to explain you in detail each component, each aspect of BPM. So BPM is the overall system used for application development and business processing, where it has the facility to develop your application by designing your transaction model like a flow diagram. It is a full stack application development environment. It has all the things required for SDLC software development lifecycle. Where we are talking about flow or process. Process is the unit of work that can be completed either by acceptance or rejection. The entire BPM system is controlled by rules. We are calling it as business rules. So far everyone clear? Online students, while we are practically working on PEGA, all this will come into picture. Okay, now you see. Go here in the architecture, rules are there, flow is there. Architecture of BPM, what do you have? So I'm trying to explain you the architecture. It's architecture. Architecture of BPM, entire BPM suite has flow diagrams will be there, business rules will be there. See, business rules are there, okay. Business rules should be stored somewhere, no? See, you are setting a rule. I want to wake up morning 5 o'clock. It should be stored somewhere, right? Where it will be storing? In your brain. Brain is the storage location, no? It will store everything, correct? Same way, in the software field, which product will store the data? I told you yesterday. Database. What is that? Database. There will be a database in the system. Database will be there. Database is also part of this system. Okay. Business rules gets stored into a database. Here specifically called as business rules. Business rules database. Business rules database, in short BRD. So in BPM system we have flow diagram for transaction representation. We have business rules which will control the entire BPM system. We have business rules database which will store the business rule. Rule is there, okay. Rule should be stored somewhere, no? You're keeping yourself one rule, want to wake up morning 5 o'clock, it should store here. Then only it will work out, otherwise it will not. Understand clear? Same way in the software systems also you need storage place. That is called business rules database. So we are trying to understand the architecture. In the architecture so far we have come across with 3 components. Everyone following? Online students, are you following? Able to understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to give you the each component of entire BPM system at a high level. Okay. 4th component. Okay. See, business rules are stored in business rules database. Okay. Look at here now. Look at the diagram. This is business rules database. Okay. Business rules are stored in business rules database. The last one is database. And your BPM system is available here. The business rules to be driven from the business rules database to BPM environment in order to get the functionality done. Yes or no? I'll tell you one simple example. Look at this diagram. What did you understand? Look at this simple diagram. Tell me, what did you understand? So we want to do cultivation. There is a farm field for the cultivation. We need water. Okay. There is some canal just moving. Okay, canal is there. Water is there in the canal. My farm field is just away from some distance. Leave about the manual process. Let's go to mechanical. I wanted to drive the water from that canal place to my farm fields. How can I achieve it? We can achieve it by introducing some engine in between. The one motor engine you are going to fit in between. That person place mute. And you have to place one motor engine in between. Yes or no? What this motor engine will do now is responsible for what? It will drive the water from the canal. It will drive the water from canal to the farm fields. Then your whatever the task you want to perform is completed. Yes or no? Same way the system will be designed here. Here, business rules will be there in business rules database, and my BPM environment is there here. I want to drive the rules from database to environment in order to achieve my goals, my application goals. How can I achieve it? I need an engine in between now. Here engine is not a software, not a hardware. There it is hardware engine, motor engine. But here everything we are soft. It is software. So in the software it is a program. What is it? One program is being written, placed in between the BPM environment and its business rules database. This program is connected both ways. Here it is connected, no? Connected, no? So it is connected. Now, business rules engine software program is responsible for driving the business rules from business rules database to application to achieve the goal. Yes or no? Everyone clear? Online students, are you clear?
Yes.
Please
Repeat
could you repeat once
how
again?
interface between the database and the process.
No, you come closer to the mic, Meenu, and just ask something. Closer to the mic.
So can you just repeat how the business rules we interface between process and database?
We will connect it. It is an interface. This is an interface between actual system and its business rules database, which will drive. Connection, how you do, we'll see later. Practically we'll see. First, conceptual understanding is important. So if you understand this diagram, it is easy to understand this.
So it is a two-way communication.
Two-way communication will be there. See, it is already rule is there. Okay, I'll tell you one example. We have a credit card. I have a credit card. I went to please mute person Adesh. Some noise is coming. See, I'm trying to explain. You know. See, what is that? I have a credit card. I went to a purchase center. I have purchased for 5 lakhs. I purchased for 5 lakhs. 10 lakhs I have purchased. Sorry, 10 lakhs I have purchased. But my credit card limit is only 5 lakhs. Okay, I am trying to pay the bill. I swiped the card on the machine. That machine means that's one application, credit card processing application. Now, is it going to accept or reject? It will reject, saying that limit exceeded, insufficient funds. Now the behavior of the credit system is controlled by limit. Limit is a business rule. System is here. Limit should be stored somewhere. No. Where is it stored? Some database will be there. All credit card numbers will be there and limits will be mentioned. The moment you swipe it, this credit system program will be there. It will interact with the database, drive it from there and match it. Accordingly, its behavior is controlled. This is already limit is there. Now you are applying for a new credit card. They are creating a new credit card. Now from the front end, they will enter this is customer data and so on. He is availing so on. So limit, provide credit card, submit. Then limit will store into database. New credit card creation, right? Forward direction, backward direction. Newly created, it will store there. Already available, it will bring from the place. Generally, for your better understanding. Clear, everyone? So this is a two-way communication. So the what is that? Business rules engine. Business rules engine, as the name engine, not hardware. Business rules engine is a software program which acts as an interface between your BPM system and its business rules database. What is the fourth component? Business rules engine interface between BPM and business rules database. Do what? Drives business rules from business rules database to BPM to achieve to complete the task, or work, we say, instead of task, work. Understand? Clear, everyone? This is the architectural design. The architectural design for a transaction processing, we have flow diagram, and for everything to store, we have everything is considered as business rule. Rules will be stored in business rules database. will be driven by a software program called business rules engine. Overall, that is the functioning of BPM system. Everyone clear? I'm just high level I'm trying to give you. So far whatever we have discussed and said about BPM system to process your business is not a reality. It's an ideology. It's an ideology. Come up with a tool like this to have components. You can design your own application development environment plus business processing environment. You can adopt this methodology. You can adopt this BPM methodology. This idea you can adopt. Take one technology, one or more technologies, and design a system like this for yourself. You can develop your applications. You can process your business using that particular environment. Understand? It's an idea. Everyone clear? Taking this idea, many companies in the market have developed BPM tools. You understand what is BPM tool now, right? So PEGA Systems, there is a software company called PEGA Systems. Taking the BPM idea, taking the BPM tool idea, developed a tool for application development and business processing. Development and business processing called as PEGA Rules Process Commander. See, the name is not so simply given. You'll understand. In short, we call it as PRPC. So you understand what is PRPC now? PEGA BPM, you understand? PRPC you understand now? PRPC stands for PEGA Rules Process Commander. It is a BPM tool because it is developed taking the idea of BPM methodology. It is called as BPM tool. Is it only PEGA Systems developed BPM tools? No. In markets, many people are there. Appian is there. OutSystems is there. Cordis is there. Camunda is there. Blaze is there. Activity, Decision. So many BPM tools are available in the market, out of which PEGA is the oldest one and strongest one, robust product in the market. Okay, clear? So number one in the market. We'll talk about that number one later. Okay. So PEGA Rules Process Commander is an application development software product. It is a software product. PEGA Rules Process Commander is a software product which is used to develop applications without coding. It is built using BPM methodology. That's why it is called as BPM tool. That's why it is called as BPM tool. Everyone clear? Make sense? Every one of you online. We will think about it later, Jayesh. Whatever you said is correct. I am not discussing anything technically much. I'm telling you high level functional point of view for better understanding. We will experience each and every point practically. We'll experience. We'll experience
Sir,
everything.
how,
Connecting and bringing the data, saving data, everything we'll experience. Yes, please.
sir, how PEGA is different from SAP? SAP is also a BPM tool, right?
First thing is I don't know what is SAP. Software, what is that? I don't know what is it. So I cannot compare now. Okay.
SAP is a different, sir.
Maybe
Yes.
see, PEGA is monopoly for the reason of it's no coding and predefined features. Okay, and its support and everything. See, why Windows operating system is monopoly in the market? Because of the some facilities that it is providing to the customers only, right? Are you using anything other than Windows today? Most of the people will use Windows. Some Mac lovers will be using that Mac operating system. Okay, other than these two, business will use Linux. But there are hundreds of operating systems in the market actually. Okay, so there will be some configurations, there will be some certain features that they provide and all. You'll be learning slowly. Even if I tell you now everything, you cannot understand. Okay, it will go blank in your mind. Okay, so look at here now. See, PEGA Rules Process Commander. So what is PEGA Rules Process Commander? PEGA Rules Process Commander, let me change this one. So what is PEGA Rules Process Commander? By this time you should have an idea, no? PEGA Rules Process Commander is an application development environment developed by PEGA Systems. It is been built based on BPM methodology. That's why it is called as BPM tool. We are going to understand what is PEGA Rules, what is Process Commander. All that I will explain now. Before that, see, if PEGA is built based on BPM methodology, it should have the same 4 components as we have in BPM now. BPM has process or workflow diagram for transaction processing purpose. BPM has business rules. BPM has business rules database to store the business rules. BPM has business rules engine which acts as an interface between BPM system and its business rules database to drive the rules to achieve the business goals. That means if any BPM tool which is built based on BPM methodology should have all these four. It has. PEGA has. BPM suite here we are calling it as PRPC. PEGA rules process command is equivalent to BPM suite, whatever we discussed so far. Process or workflow, same naming convention in PEGA also you call it as this diagram, process or flow you call it as. No, same matching. You are calling business rules, no? In BPM what are you calling? Business rules. In PEGA the same you call as PEGA rules. In IBM you may call as IBM rules. IBM product is there, IBM Lombard is there, BPM tool. They may call Lombard rules or IBM rules. So naming convention is different, terminology is different. PEGA rule, business rules, what you are calling in BPM, in PRPC you call it as PEGA rules. Able to understand everyone? PRPC I did not explain so far. I told you only PRPC stands for PEGA rules process commander equivalent to BPM suite. I am about to explain PRPC only now. So process is process here also. Business rules we are calling as PEGA rules. Business rules database. In PEGA we call it as rule base. This you have to use daily in your day-to-day development. Rule base, many times we'll use. Rule base means business rules database. They have given that naming convention. Business rules engine is there, no? PEGA is calling it as process commander. PEGA is calling it as process commander. Now you should have got an idea why PRPC. I'll tell you, see here. Divide PRPC into two parts. PR stands for PEGA rules, stores into rule base. PR stands for PEGA rules, storing in rule base. PC stands for process commander. Process commander drives PEGA rules from rule base to environment. Yes or no? You understand clear idea about PRPC, why they have given PEGA rules process command? Simply they did not give. BPM you understand, right? Matching to that PRPC came into picture. Business rules, PEGA rules. Business rules engine, process commander. Process commander interacts with rule base, drives PEGA rules from rule base. Yes or no? That's how overall system will function. Anything you do, this interaction will happen. Everyone clear? Online students, are you clear now? Someone has asked to explain PRPC once again. You understand the reason behind giving the name PRPC? Not so simply they did not name it PEGA rules process commander. There's a lot of meaning. PEGA meaning I'll tell you later. What is the meaning of PEGA? I'll tell you. Okay. So far, if you are clear, I can proceed forward. Okay. Thank you. Now you see. Okay. You are using PEGA rules process commander environment for developing applications with no coding, and you execute to process your business transactions. So that's the actual purpose of PEGA rules process commander. It is built based on BPM methodology. It is a solution provided using the BPM methodology to the business owners. In other words, PRPC, PEGA rules process commander, is a comprehensive platform for building and deploying the BPM, CRM, decision management, case management application. So far I told you about BPM. Then what is the CRM? Customer relationship management. Customer relationship management applications provision. There is some leader in the market. Guess who is it? Salesforce. CRM is there with PEGA also. CRM solutions provided in a best way by Salesforce only. Same way PEGA solution, BPM solutions are provided in a best way by PEGA. PEGA is the leader in BPM market. CRM, Salesforce is a leader in CRM market. PEGA also has CRM, not up to the mark compared to Salesforce. They may evolve going forward. It will take time. Okay. In other words, PEGA rules process commander is a process that focuses on automation of work and powerful automation of program. You tell me now, you know what is meant by work, right? Tell me what is automation of work. Guess what is it? Work, you know, you are doing some work. What is automating the work? Without manual intervention.
With no
Work
coding.
that you want to do can be done without manual interaction. There are separate tools available for this purpose. Can you tell me the names if you know about? RPA.
RPA.
There are tools available. You heard about RPA, robotic process automation tools, does so many tasks, eliminating the manual intervention. But PEGA is not RPA. PEGA RPA is separate. By BPM only, PEGA has certain components. Those will perform the tasks automatically without any manual interaction based on time schedule. Every day morning 7 a.m. send email. If I configure that, it will send email. Every day morning 7 a.m. automatically email will be sent. Understand clear everyone? So that will be done automatically by PRPC. This is automating the work. Some task every day. Why should I log in and click on send email to customer? Every Saturday you are receiving a SMS from bank, right? No one is manually sending. Automatically application is sending it. So that way automation of work is possible in PEGA BPM up to some extent. There are separate tools available in market. Okay, that feature is there. Then next one is important feature, automation of program. Now again you try to guess programming, you know, right? You write the program. What do you mean by automating the program? This is the main feature. This is the reason why PEGA is now #1 in market. Programming, you know, programming will be done by human beings. What do you mean by automation of program? Code will be generated. Code will be generating tools have come into market. No, what are those?
Bots, right? Artificial intelligence.
Generating tools came. ChatGPT generates coding. Okay, many other tools are going to generate coding. Coding will be generated automatically without human beings writing. That is called automation of coding. Automation of programming. Automating the program. Program will be automatically generated when you perform something. You give prompting. Give prompt, then code will be generated. Yes or no? But here in
Bots,
PEGA,
right?
drag and drop. You drag and drop, background coding will be generated. That code you don't need to modify, you don't need to see. So PEGA is powerful feature of PEGA is code will be generated automatically within the system for every action that you do in the UI. PEGA uses form-based programming model. Form-based programming model. FORM form. This is the important point. PEGA provides form-based programming model. Okay, form meaning that user interface means everything that you do on PEGA is a UI based. Drag and drop something here, drag and drop something here, okay, and connect it accordingly. For all these, internally it will generate the code. Internally it will generate the code. You don't have to know about that coding and all. Okay, so code will be generated internally. Everything you experience like UI based only. That's the experience that the developer is going to have. So that is the reason why PEGA no coding, and additionally predefined functionalities, built-in functionalities. For this reason only PEGA is leading the market. You learn any other BPM tool, here and there you have to write the code. If you write the code in PEGA, not acceptable. PEGA will provide everything in an automation of programming model. Internally code will be generated. That is the main advantage of PEGA. Okay, everyone clear? Online students, are you clear? So far everyone clear?
Yes, yes, Harsha.
Yes, sir.
Architectural components of PEGA. Architectural components of, already I told you 4 components. You can tell me now. Flow or process you call. Second one, PEGA rules.
User interface.
Business rules here equivalent to PEGA rules. Third one,
Rule based, rule based.
rule
Rule
based
or database.
business rules
You don't
database
have to tell me this
and
4.
business
What is
rule
business
engine.
rules? Correct. That is that
Process.
business rules engine terminology is BPM terminology. Equivalent terminology in PEGA is process. Now you see here. See, in the architecture, I am not going to talk about servlet, node manager, and rule sets. Practically, you will be learning all this while we are doing. Unless you cannot understand. Unless you see them practically, you cannot understand. Now. Leave about these 3, remaining I'll tell you. PEGA rules process command environment has those 4. Apart from those 4, Java compiler is there. Hey, why Java compiler in PEGA? I told you, na? This particular product, PEGA Rules Process Commander tool should be developed now. For developing the tool, they have used Java. For developing the tool, they have used what? Java. If they have used Java, means internally everything it will generate in Java coding only, which we cannot modify. We cannot. We don't need actually. But to run that internally, it requires Java compiler. To run that internally, it requires Java compiler. That's why in the architecture of PEGA, you see Java compiler. Should you have to have the knowledge about Java? You don't have to knowledge about Java when you are learning PEGA. Learn PEGA in PEGA only. Okay. Next one. Look at here. XML clipboards. What is this? I will tell you. See here. XML clipboards.
Harsha, your slide is not completely visible.
I'm sorry. My notepad now. Notepad plus plus.
Yeah, notepad is fine. I think slide you need to zoom out.
It's not clear. Okay. It's clear now. XML clipboards.
Yes, now it is clear.
XML clipboards. Role based process commander rules will be there. Java compiler XML clipboards. So XML clipboards means internally all the processing components, all the rules, let's say rules, converted into XML format. XML format for the purpose is what? Security reason. So internally it is secure. Security reason. See, this is a flow diagram. You can understand, right? Generally, if you have a little bit of knowledge, I'll show you. Don't bother about navigation. This is the XML structure of that flow diagram. Internally, it has converted into XML format for the purpose of security. As a developer, you should know about 2 tags of this XML. While practical, I will tell you. You should know 2 tags for some information purpose. Well, other than that, you don't need to know anything else. So PEGA has everything internally converted into which language format? XML. Apart from Java, another format for the purpose of security. Okay. And apart from XML clipboards, users and operators. See here, I will log into PEGA. Log off. Login is there. Something I am going to log in. Means if you are able to log into Gmail, means your Gmail ID and password is there in the Gmail database. If I'm able to log into PEGA environment, means my user ID password is there in rule base only. So on the same environment, PEGA environment itself, you will be having login details storage will be in PRPC rule base itself. Rule base itself. It contains. Next, last one. Last one I am not going to tell you in detail. Even if you don't understand, no problem. You can practically learn later. Okay. PEGA supports interacting with other technology applications using web service protocols. Web service protocols. I will tell you. I'll tell you in a way you can understand easily. Okay, I'm going to open Chrome application. I have installed one application on my laptop called as Chrome. From Chrome application, I am trying to interact with another application called as Google application. Loaded or not? But Google application is there in my system. Somewhere else it is there. I am interacting from here over the web. Concept of web services. But look at the URL. Look at the URL. There is something called HTTP. SC secure. HTTP meaning that hypertext transfer protocol. Hypertext transfer protocol. If 2 applications on the webs, on the internet, wants to communicate with each other, one protocol is must. Protocols are must. Like that, there are so many protocols. Regularly, we are using any website we are accessing by using HTTP protocol. We'll be practically learning all this. So PEGA supports all protocols. That's what here you are seeing. Where is it? PEGA supports HTTP, COM, .NET, Cobra, SOAP, MQ, everything. We will be working on some protocols while we are learning, even authentication, everything we are learning. Okay. These are the architectural components at high level. 3 I did not tell you. 3 I will show you practically. Only these things you need to understand. This is overall about PEGA. PEGA versus BPM. Before you come down here 3 days back, you don't know anything about all these things, right? Today, if someone is going to come to you and ask you, while I am searching for PEGA, I am hearing PEGA BPM, PEGA PRPC. Someone is writing like PEGA only simply. What are all these terminology? If they ask you, will you be able to explain them or not? You are in a position to say them at least some information. PEGA BPM, why you call PEGA as BPM? Because it is built based on BPM methodology. That's why it is BPM tool. Every other BPM tool you are seeing in market is with the idea of BPM methodology only. And why they are calling PRPC PEGA? PEGA rules process command is built based on BPM methodology. It has all 4 components. What are there in BPM? Business rules database, business rules engine, and workflow, processor flow. PEGA has flow, PEGA has PEGA rules, PEGA has rule base and process commander. Process commander drives PEGA rules from rule base to PRPC environment. Taking this concept, they have named it as PRPC. Understand? By its behavior, by its processing, everything only name has come. Not so simply. Understand? Clear, everyone? So if anyone is going to ask you, definitely you'll be able to say. Syllabus I have already shared to every one of you, right? But I told you already, I have to include at least 6 additional topics in the syllabus. I will send you the revised one tomorrow. I have to take some time to add those. Okay, whatever is there in the syllabus will be covered, whatever is shared so far. 6 additional topics have come, and that 6 additional topics I am going to add. Okay, so I have shared it. You can take it from here. No, hold on. What is your this one batch number? 611. 611 demo. So if you have joined here, we requested everyone. On your WhatsApp, you should receive this. If you have not received Google Classroom, just request them. Admin team 9652532755. Here they added or not PEGA course content. They added, no? They should have shared you on WhatsApp also. Probably, maybe, I'm not very much sure. Otherwise, you take it from here. Do you have access to this or not? Every one of you online. You should have access to all this, right? Okay. Today, what should I add? PEGA class demo day 3. This is October 06, 2023. So here you go now. I should add class notes on, right? Class notes I saved or not? I'll save it. Save it. Okay. So whatever we discussed today is there in class notes plus yesterday PPT we have added. This PPT we have added yesterday itself. PPT plus this notes together, if you go, you'll understand. And notes also will give you some information better. Everyone clear? Next class will be on Monday. Next class will be on Monday. Take 2 days time and take rest. Okay. Saturday, what you do is demo day 2, demo day 3. Okay. Just go through this entire PPT once and write in your own language if you want to write. Start writing on notebook if required. That's up to you. Okay. And try to come on Monday having clear-cut information about all this what we have discussed. Otherwise, you'll forget by Monday. If you don't revise on Saturday, possibility is there you'll forget. Okay. Clear, everyone? Just 1 hour you sit. How can you access? I told you. Message on 9652532753. They will send you. They will send you the Google Classroom link. You can follow that. Okay. Clear, everyone? So we'll continue on Monday, same time. See, I am observing many students are connecting and coming late. Offline, you are coming. That's good. But online, I don't know what is the reason. You are connecting after 10:05. Sorry, 9:05, 9:10, you are connecting. That's not acceptable. 9 o'clock class, by 9 you should be here. So Monday, I will open the meeting just to 2 minutes before your class time. Okay. 2 minutes before your class time, I will open the meeting, and offline students, you come down 5 minutes before and relax. Okay. So we'll continue on Monday. You can wind up for today. Any doubts or any questions, anything you want. See, one request, hold on. Some people have made the fees payment. See, this is the request. When you make the fees payment, you are sharing the screenshot on this number. You mention your full name just for us. Okay, and also mention one point. You are opting for classroom or online training. Mention that so that we can add you into WhatsApp group accordingly. 2 separate groups will be there. We'll add you accordingly. Understand? Just that point, if you give, we don't have to come back to you once again. Okay, for clarification. You can wind up for today. We'll meet on Monday. Thank you for joining.